After like 6 months, outcomememories 0.2 finally updated and they added Blaze. Blaze and Knuckles, which is the best, and that's it. It says it in the fucking title. Anyway, the point system I'm going to be using is basically the whole classic abilities, passives, offensive, defensive shit. But since we only have 3 killers in the game, I might as well talk about how it performs on each individual killer. Knuckles, my own main. So let's start off with how they can both survive Colossus' abilities to determine the point. Because when Colossus is charging, you can use Punch as Knuckles to heavily reduce charge damage. Look, you can even keep holding it and he'll just scratch you, giving you a free speed boost. Even with grab, he doesn't do anything. He just pats you on the head and gives you a little goodnight kiss as you can just run away with your low speed boost. Not to mention, let's just get the obvious out of the way, you can just easily counter charge. Though you could also be counter baited with charge, so keep that in mind. Like they could just either jump over you, just do a complete 180. But as you see, I just do a free stun right here, and he just sends him flying for some reason. That's probably a bug. Now Colossus here has a little block ability. It can happen to anyone. Knuckles, Blaze, Tails, whenever you try to stun them. But anyway, Knuckles can use this to his advantage, since he can a big sign saying, "Block me, block me, block me." Whenever you hold your punch, you can either cancel it or punch him, but usually you want to just cancel it and then punch occasionally to make him paranoid, which could buy you a few seconds in LMS or just your teammate or whatever. Using counter against Colossus is a risky move, because the thing about Colossus is he has a little grab, right? And as you see here, yeah, I counter him. It's how the ability works, but you can just wait for a few seconds and it'll just not work at all. Similarly to Knuckles, Blaze has a stun move, a little launch. However, with a power meter mechanic, which I'll talk about in a second. Basically, what the power meter does is, as you hit your ability, it will increase your low dash once you jump up, and it will also change from a spear to a little flamethrower. Now, in a situation like this, you're just usually defenseless. You got nowhere to go. It's just over. Your best bet is to go near a wall. But if you have enough power for a flamethrower, you can kind of just throw Colossus around like a ragdoll and protect all your teammates with little consequences if you have invulnerability during it. Now, to compare this with Knuckles, you have to be right next to Colossus and hope he hits you with charge, which you can just easily jump over and predict it. However, with Blaze, he has no other option because he'll just get blasted with a huge angle, so you can't really avoid it either. Also, another thing I want to mention is kind of unrelated, but both Knuckles and Blaze get iframes during their little kicks, so moves like this can happen sometimes. I thought it was a fun little thing to mention. Now, you might be wondering, why the fuck are we on a black screen? Well, I've kind of run out of clips, so I'll just drop my LMS as I did with my subordinate, and I'll just examine them, and then go like, whoa! So as you can see, I did a charge, he did a... Okay, so how this will work, I'll give both characters like 4 minutes and 5 seconds to survive, and then we'll see how both of them do depending on how much health they end up on and how much time there is left, which the time will be a huge factor as long as the ring is open, but we'll see. Now anyway, here, I make him shit himself by using my punch, but little does he know, I'm going to counter, because not many people do that anymore, so it's really unpredictable long as you don't spam it. So I use my little glide for a speed boost here. Now here I begin my little loop with Colossus since he's so big, so I just failed through this gap. He could climb over, but he didn't realize that like an idiot. So, but what I didn't know, I was too far ahead, so he was already there. I hold my punch, I tank the charge, and then I get flunked, so I use the speed boost to get away. Here I get grabbed like a moron because I knew it was going to do it, but I didn't think it was worth countering because I got scared. I hold my punch to take the hit, and I'll use the speed boost to run away since Colossus is really slow, and punch plus LMS makes it worth taking. Here I go for the spring cause it seemed like the best idea considering I have my fancy glide and I don't want to underutilize it during LMS since Colossus is pretty weak against it. If it was on not perfect, you just get looped. So anyway, here I jump up and I fucking get hit by a trap. How the fuck? Why are these hitboxes when I'm the killer? So here I go for a punch, but I miss miserably because he knew I was going to do it. I counter the charge so he gets slid away, and as I fit through the gap again, I go up the stairs. I'm probably going to go to that little circular area, yup. I got stuck there for a second, that's fine. Here, I see that he's really far away, so I can just low-key just run to the spring and use my glide. So I jump up, use the spring, and just start gliding around. I'm planning to loop back, but he predicts it and hits me there. I go back. I hope you enjoyed that little scene I put, because it looked pretty cool. So I low-key lose the Colossus, and I decide to go up here and just camp and wait for the ring. But since Colossus gets fast indicator with no slowdown, I can just spam it. He finds me, I go for the counter, but I low-key forgot to press the button on my keyboard to stop dog shit. So I use my runaway, and I miss my counter. Great Knuckles gameplay, everyone. This is what you all wanted. Oh, he misses the grab. Oh, what an intense mess. Now here I use my favorite technique from 0.1. It's basically just doing the Sonic drop dash thing, but less predictable since not many Knuckles players do it unless they're experienced. So I run away, got some nice distance, always use the glide. It opened across the map. Wow, look at me, I'm so lucky. But it mimics the real scenarios because you'll never get it right next to you. So I low-key start praying and dodging with my glide. He jumps over, or I jump over, he charges. I'm going to go punch him or something to escape. Now I pull out my inner outcomememory teammate here, and I miss everything, not helping myself. And then he just waits slightly bit as mentioned, and then he starts seeing the shout me. Oh, and he won. How amazing. Alright fellas, here's the blazer mess. So, as you have noticed, I gave them the same amount of time, but the spawns was stupid. I spawned right next to him, and I'm seeing this in the video. So I used my little iframes to go through the charge, and I'm pretty sure I ended in that moment. I used all my abilities, but he beats me down me with grab, but with this stupid short cooldown, I just gotta run away for a bit. I can take these hits because the ability will come back soon. Now, as you have noticed by now, my ability is off cooldown, but I decided to use a spear instead. He thinks I'm going to do the drop kick, but he gets confused with the spear, so I low-key get free time to run away, alongside with my drop kick still being there. I can hear the charge from far away, so I prepare my drop kick to probably use my little iframe to get away, but I'm pretty sure he bumped his head or something, because it just never came to me. Oh, he typed in the chat. Yep, I use my round kick, gain some easy distance for my spear still intact, so I can just join that whenever I want to. Hopefully I won't miss. Oh yeah, look at me, I'm so good at the game. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think he will do next? A. Charge. B. No clip from the fucking roof and grab me. C. Cut me off. D. Block for no reason. Oh, it was charge. I put the other option to throw you off. I need to make this entertaining somehow. Here, I get hit with a case of hitboxes when I'm survivor versus killer, so I just generally start panicking, so I use my spear here to create distance. I lay around the wall here, and I start looping around it, similar to how Forsaken loops around every 3 months to have a drama with Soul. The spring just decides to not give me a boost, so I have my dash ready and everything, so I just mentally prepare myself to try to land this. I landed beautifully with a little boost, so now I have Soul's Flame in case he tries to charge. And what do you know, guess what he decides to do? So I just started flipping my camera to give him the max pushback. So I hopefully push him, I push him away at the maximum distance, so I create tons of distance, as there's only 30 seconds left for the ring to open. Now here I attempt to block bait, but then he just runs into me, then blocks like a smart ass. So I just low-key just get out of there. Now here, I just boost up. I use my Soul's Flame because my ability was off cooldown. So I pretty much won since I have iframes and I'm running to the exit. But the flame runs out, and he charges, so I decided to boost myself up to try to lose him. He does kind of lose me here, but he knows where I am actually. He's just coming to exit. But at this point I've won, so I decided to either wait for my ability to maximize health or just run for it, which I do run for it here. Now for the point tally, we have a bunch of categories. First we have defense and teamwork, which is just self-explanatory how you synergize with the team. Then we have last man standing in case your team sucks garbage and it's just you, or you did a bad job defending your team. There's the passive, since both of them have passive so it seems just right. Stall capability, which is just how much you can survive on your own. Skill flaw, which is how easy it is to use. Skill ceiling being how much potential it has. What else? Let me see. Oh yeah, of course the most important point that determines this entire list, cosmetics. Let's be real here, this is what we all came for here, because everything else here is irrelevant. Now I'm going to start with the same exact order as I just mentioned. So anyway, with defensive and teamwork, I'd say that Blaze here takes it up, because the thing about Blaze is they have a dash which can let you stun from further away, so you don't have to be running, like the teammate does not have to run towards you to actually be able to do that stun. And they have a flamethrower which you can save mobile teammates for, compared to Knuckles where you have to go right next to the teammate, or like get the closest away somehow. But even if you have the soul flame, you can just push him away no matter what. On the last man standing, I'd say Blades by a long shot. They have a really short stun compared to Knuckles, which is like 22 seconds or 18 or something like that in LMS. They have like a 10-second stun if you consistently land it. A flamethrower which can counter charge similar to Knuckles, but it's harder to bait, because even if they do bait you, by the time you run out, it will be over. And I'm pretty sure in the actual game that Blaze LMS is even shorter than the Knuckles one from what I believe. Not sure, because I haven't had a Knuckles LMS in a while. It used to be like 4 minutes with Field of Fury, but anyway, someone check me on that. Anyway, for the passives, I'll be giving this one to Knuckles, because with Knuckles, he has a glide that basically renders the killers useless since he's invulnerable midair, or well, Colossus, unless he hits him with charge, but that's unlikely. And he also has the ability to add on, so even if someone like aiming to a short stun, you can easily just extend it to making it really punishing. Compared to Blaze's power meter, which basically just only requires you to turn your ability into the soul flame. And also, it doesn't really change the stun itself that much, it gives a little burn, which usually doesn't even add on till the end. Now for stall capability, I'd say also Knuckles, because yeah, I'm Blazing Knuckles, he's my go. But anyway, he has a glide, as mentioned, punch, which he can use as a speed boost and just tank it, and a counter, so even if he does try to catch up with a charge, it will just get countered. Now for the skill flaw, Blaze, easy, let's be real here. It has a greater launch than Knuckles for the drop kick. Also, Knuckles has a counter, right? Knuckles has a counter, let's be real. None of y'all Knuckles players, except for me, I'm the greatest, y'all suck. I land your counters, bro. I have never seen in a public lobby a Knuckles land that counter to defend their teammate, or defend themselves for that matter. They just like get baited so hard. And with Blaze, you just gotta have decent aim to utilize the spear, and you gotta be close enough to use the flamethrower. Now there's a skill flaw point. It's safe to assume there'll be a skill ceiling point. So anyway, wow, it's gonna be Knuckles. It's such a nothing burger style point. I don't know what you expected. But anyway, if you know how to use Knuckles, you can be moving like Prime 1 here, right? Stay with me, stay with me. These are clips from my outcomememories rank days. For God's sake, you can even use counter to defend your teammates if you're good enough.
Show me one more stake and a chance.
now for what y'all been waiting for. The cosmetic point. Obviously, my boy Knuckles wins either way, and we've seen these fits. Oh yeah, Knuckles either way has more cosmetics too, so Knuckles win. With these very first sets of points, I think it's safe to say that Knuckles gains a point in this 3-part series. So anyway, with that said, like, subscribe and follow on my Twitch or something, I don't know. I don't do these outros, it's my first video, give that a fucking break. Like and subscribe. I had to push this out because I wanted it out during Christmas or before it, but I low-key ran out of time, so I rushed it. Sorry for the mediocre editing or so.